Hey, hello everyone. This is the professor from Day Trading for Success, a former math teacher, coder, and professional trader. And today it's my lucky job to introduce the beginning of the indicator series that is used by prop firms. So I'll be laying out exactly what the indicator we're highlighting today does and how you use it, as well as make sure you look for, under the information, we're giving away a free scanner today. So you're going to want to grab that while you can on this video while it lasts. So I'll be right back.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Hey guys, so welcome back. So this is a layout that I typically use. It's adjusted slightly for the video. Today I was trading with a group I live stream every morning on Day Trading for Success. It is free to come and trade with me. So today I used we were using the large cap retracement strategy, basically derived from the Day Trading Volume 1. And then I kind of modified it to scalp. And then I traded for the first 35 to 40 minutes of the open, right after the opening. I did trade a little bit longer with some of the staff here. I am in a studio trading to get it up a little bit higher. And we ended up with 720 today just on this one account. And as most of you know, I trade with different groups of people. This was just with one group of people, and I traded other style of trading in the morning too. So I'm about to lay out exactly what's going on here. I'll talk about this layout first. So this is a 1-minute chart, and this is one of the indicators we'll be covering on the upcoming series. This is called the risk oscillator, which is quite amazing. And this is what we'll be covering today, is the Scalp Pro meter and its different renditions of it. And then down here I have the news, which I will have up when I'm trading. And then here is, now I have different layouts for different strategies. This is a day chart, and this has the great ATR, which has the half for the RV strategy, and then the whole ATR levels just for the whole ATR levels. This is a free indicator that's being given away over at the $1 Million Margin Club, so you might want to make sure you go over and grab that along with your free scanner that will have a link today on this video. But this you have to go over to the $1 Million Margin Club to get, and there's all kinds of information how to get there and to get all their, they have all these indicators that are used by prop firms and professional traders. Continuing to go over what this layout is. This is the active trader. This is the level 2. This is the time and sales. This is a 15-minute chart. This is a 5-minute chart that has, I didn't cover all the indicators on the 1-minute chart. We'll go over them briefly in a second because we're just talking about one main indicator today. But this has got the multi-chart alignment, which shows what other people are trading on other time increments, the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour. That is so important because you always want to trade with the crowd when you're scalping. You always want to see what they're doing so you can go in and out of their moves. You don't want to buck the crowd. Maybe you're that one trader that can do that and you're really, really good. But the idea is that you trade along with them. Or if you're looking for a retracement, you try to jump in anticipation of when the crowd's just about to change their mind, which I do a lot. And you have the ADX crossover here. Again, we won't go over all these in details. If you go to the $1 Million Margin Club, which supplies all the prop firms with custom indicators if they're on Thinkorswim, they have not only the indicator that you can get, I think most of them are $24.95, but they have huge packages to get them that the prop firms actually use with their custom layouts. But they also have the mathematical formula that is used to figure out how these all work. So you can read it right next to the script before you buy it to make sure you even want it. But it's short money for the benefits you get. This is called the Market Pulse. This has the QQQ, the SPY, TLT, the bonds, and the UVXY, the fear to see what is your stock, what is going across the whole market right now. That's why it's called the Market Pulse. Always wanting to know. And this is the market capital. This is going to tell you, like, if you take a trade, how much capital you're using in case you are balancing your margin account. So that's basically the setup that I live stream with every morning. So I hope you come and join me. I come on a little early and I go over the stocks we're going to trade, and I go over the scanners and things like that. So why don't we get right into that for a second. So let me open up a scanner setting here. This is a custom scanner that I coded. And what's so unique about this is I want to trade a stock that's got 100,000, a minimum of 100,000 in volume on a 1 minute chart per every 1 minute. So this tells not only what the average is over a 10-day period on a 1 minute chart, but then what is the average today, right? Now it goes a little lower here sometimes to pick them up, but that just means on average they're over 100,000. So then it keeps them in order. And then this is the volume for today. So now I have other stuff. I have a custom coded in here, the percentage from the high. It's always good to know that. And then there's coding that the ATR, you don't want it greater, the average true range. It should be greater than 2. All right. And then here's the 10-day figured into the minimum. So when you scan, when we press scanner, this is just set for 10. It would do a lot more, obviously. But, and then I have it whether it's hard to borrow, easy to borrow. So it's all, and how many shares and the market cap and all that. So everything you would need. So we start the morning off by checking the stocks. And then if it seems we can't find anything, I have another custom scanner that is only 50,000 volume per 1 minute, which will be our backup. And it really helps us. But there's a lot of other scanners over there that you're going to want to get. And you're getting one of them free today, which is coming up. But they have the Gap and Go over there, which is based on one of the most popular YouTube traders. And so you don't have to buy the service. Just spend $4.99 for a scanner and you have it forever. And it basically is exactly what is used over there, other than it's not giving you alerts. You would have to, check it. Just like any scanner, you'd have to check it. So that's how I start my mornings. But let's talk about this, the star of our show today. So this is the Scalp Meter Pro. Okay. Now this has less alerts. You can get it with all the alerts on it, and we'll talk about what they do. And this is $1 Million Margin Club, MMC, that is responsible for this scanner right now. But let's talk about what it does, why it's so amazing. Let's get to where our current price action is right now. So this is going on live right now. Apple has had a big catalyst today. And so these columns represent the volume. So this is when you go to a prop firm, you get to use all their tools. And that's one of the advantages if you ever get in. If you can prove that you have a winning strategy, that you're doing okay, usually you get invited and you get to trade with their money. You have to apply, when I say invited. And then you get to use all their tools. Now, I know this is one of the tools that's used by prop firms, and I know they use it sort of like a training tool, but they continue to trade with it. So this chart you see has a lot of indicators on it, but I'm going to basically go over just the one today, and then we'll talk about the others at a different time. So these blue columns represent the volume. The green line inside are the buyers, and the red are the sellers. That is at any given moment being updated live, right, as the candlestick is forming. So you get to see the sentiment of the buyers and sellers in the moment. Now, when the stocks are really flying and the volume's really high, it's pretty low right now. This is extreme. It's helpful anytime, but it's extremely helpful to see the sentiment of what's going on. Seems, by the way, it hit 215 today and kind of backed off. That seemed to be the level of this. But let's go over what you have up here. This is the total volume for the day. It's just going to consistently add up for you, which is handy to have. This is the current volume of this candle right now. This is the volume of the previous candle. Now, if this volume right now were to surpass this, this would turn to a cyan, a blue color, and an alarm would go off letting you know, hey, this is a stronger move happening right now, and it seems like that's about to be what happens here. So let's watch it kick off. I think it's about to go. Unless the volume just suddenly dies here. This looks like it's going to break this volume. Let's see. And that means like you want to get in the move usually. There it goes. And that's what happens. So if you're distracted by reading other indicators, reading some other price, that reminding you of what's going on is a good thing. Now it dropped off and look what's happening. Now this right here, this label is telling you whether you're above or below the VWAP. Okay, so if you're above the, the volume weighted price, so if you're above it, the price action's above it, which it's probably down here. Let's take a look where it is. Wow, is it way down? There it is. That's the VWAP on this chart. So if you're above it and it's still moving up, this will light up green. If you're just above it and it's not continuing to move up, if this became a downward move, then it would turn off and you'd have no label there. If you're below it, it would be red as it went down. Right, so if this continued to stay red, it's going to tell you that the momentum is shifting, and just beware. Now, besides looking at the lines inside here, this is giving you the percentage with inside this volume, how many buyers versus how many sellers. And then this value bar here is telling you another way. So it's all in your face. That's why they call it like for training new traders. But every professional trader I know uses this. It's a must-have, because why do you want just standard old volume bars when you have all this information in front of you, right? Why wouldn't you just want all this information? So I adjusted this a bit so you could see, because the other way you read this, and I remember when these were first being developed, it's been a few years now, the first thing that came out was the seller's indicator. And it only had a red line registering the sellers because a lot of people went short. But you could tell the strength. If the sellers were weak, then you knew buyers were strong. So one simple line that was red told you so much information. And as you get better at reading this, you can start to see the volume levels here on these columns to see how strong, like if the sellers don't reach to the top of the volume, it's telegraphing it's a possible, the price is going to possibly get even stronger. Or it didn't come to the top, so it's going to be less sellers on the next one. If you see it go all the way to the top, it's usually telling you that it's going to go the other way, or as it's climbing up. In this case, it didn't actually do that. As you can see, it peaked off. But what I was trying to say was reading this as a graph. If you read the actual volume going up and going down, it's another way to read this indicator. Most people on the standard volume indicator learn to do that. But when you can see the buyers and sellers within, it's sort of like the picture in the picture. So it's another way to read it. And it's another way if you have a mentor standing over you at a prop firm, or you're on Zoom with them, they're going to tell you, hey, watch the pattern too. So now, as you can see, it's just getting stronger going down on that. That went over on that. Or I guess it was telling you it was reversing, going up with that stronger move as it broke the volume. So that called that out. And that was up to 100% at one point, and it's continuing to go. I'm just going to point out to you what some of these other things are, because they might be confusing to you. These gray lines are the whole and half dollar levels. There's a script you can get, so you don't have to draw those in on every stock. Again, knowing where the even dollar and the half dollar levels are is very, very handy in helping you determine when to go in and go out. See how it respected that level right there of the half dollar and turned around? It doesn't work all the time. Then the whole dollar up here turned around, bam, 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 turned around, bam, bam, turned around. So having that, I have that indicator on every stock I trade, or I draw the lines. I can remember them, but it's like one less thing to think about, so that's why that's good. These red lines are the buy-sell oscillator, and that's pretty handy. So that uses the RSI as an indicator, like are you overbought or are you oversold? And it's registering when that's happening for you, so you don't have to have that on another, down here, following that little line along. This is literally going to tell you, the buy-sell oscillator, you are overbought. It's about to go down. Maybe. I mean, everything's a maybe. You see how accurate the arrows are, right? Said it's going to go down, it went down. Let's go back. There's one under there. Said it was going to go down, went down. Said it was going to go down, went down. Said it was going to go down, went down. Okay. Down here, said it was going to go up, went up. Said it was going to go up, it didn't. They're not always right. Said it was going to go up. I mean, they briefly go up. So you got to watch that. You can see it did briefly go up. This from when this opened, it went up. So it is really right, but it closed. So you have to be quick. Right, but they're very, very accurate. Same here. Said it was going to go down, briefly went down, then it ended up continuing going down. This one is just outright wrong. I find that the RSI is about 75 to 80% accurate. I mean, why in the world wouldn't you want to have it as an indicator when you trade? And then this is the MACD, which is based on EMA crossovers, which you normally might see that MACD chart on your chart, underneath your chart, on your lower level, and you're trying to read, is it going up or down or whatever. And this is basically telling you that's the way to go. It's telling you you don't have to be a professional. I really respect this a lot going into a trade, and I really respect this a lot going out of a trade. Is that right? No, I'm sorry. Going into a trade, I really respect that. It's the buy-sell oscillator I respect going out of a trade. So when I see the buy-sell oscillator down here, I'm not as likely to use it. As you can see, it was wrong both those times. But the MACD I find to be very, very rarely wrong. It's a higher percentage. So, and then this is part of the multi-chart alignment, telling you every 5 minutes. I'm going to be going over these indicators on different videos. I just didn't want you to get confused. In the middle here is the market magnet, which is just amazing. And this is tweaked for large cap and mega cap. It's basically showing you where the major price action has just happened and how far you can expect it to move in its range. It has a 50% range marked on these arrows. And then usually when you see, volume is way down right now, but when the volume's up, you'll see like these blue lines come across. See if we can find some here. Yeah, right there. And when you see that shoot across the screen right in front of you, if it's above it, it usually means, it's not always, but it usually means the price is going to go up. And if it's below it, it usually means the price is going to go down. It pulls the magnet with it because that's enough volume to change the overall average. So people trade with the crowds, right? They trade with the crowds. So let's talk about this new scanner you guys are about to get. But this is basically the most, oh, I know what I was going to say. One more thing. Used in unison, these two, and they even sell them as a pair if you want them. Now this is the risk oscillator, and this has the average of the last 9 candles. How much did they move, and was it up or down, right? And then it smooths it out and gives you a target. If you're, and right now this is very, very low action as we get later in the day, but I mean, so your target, if you go long and you're just trying to scalp, you just want to go 5 cents. I'd really only go like 3 cents with 500 shares or 1,000 shares or something. You don't want to go very much because it's setting your target for you. If you're going short, you don't want to go more than 8 cents, or maybe you want to go 5 or 6 cents and then profit and then reassess and go right back in again. So you can do other trades. That's just one way to trade. That's called scalping. This is very, very handy for scalpers. And when it's really moving, these are usually 20, 30, 40 cents. And you're looking to see them get kind of even together, the same price. You know you're really consolidating, and you want it. The whole strategy that I trade in the morning is a retracement consolidation strategy. We don't want a catalyst. We don't want news. We just want to play up and down on the channels, on support and resistance, on the Fibonacci levels. And I set that up every morning for you guys. So hopefully you'll come over and visit us. But let's go over your free gift today and where you can find it under the more information on this video. So this is the scanner. It's the high of day scanner, which I will have a link that gives this to you absolutely free. So make sure you follow the directions on the link. But if you're a day trader, especially one who scalps or trades momentum, spotting new highs as they happen is like catching lightning in a bottle. The high of day scanner instantly flags any stock that is breaking its highest price of the day in real time. So it's a big deal. So you want to know when they're breaking so you can catch the momentum early, and they always attract volume when this happens. So this is a scanner that momentum traders trade, or just sitting around and they're looking for stocks to trade on a break and move in quickly. This scanner is for you. So I have put I custom coded this. I am a coder, a professional coder. I get paid to code. And I do a lot for Thinkorswim ThinkScript, and I do a lot for that platform. So, but this particularly is used. So, the thing that gets me irritated is how much money people charge for this. Now, this is typically for sale over the $1 Million Margin Club, but they don't go higher than like $4.99 for a scanner, whereas you will see this for sale for hundreds of dollars, or you pay a monthly fee. So, I'm actually going to give this to you for free. You don't even have to pay the $4.99. So you should enjoy this. If you're a momentum trader, this should be a really, really handy one. So look for the link, and you just want to refresh it from time to time, see what's happening, what's breaking, the high. This is actually taking longer than it should right now. I don't know why. I think I'm having a little lag issue, but okay, anytime now. There you go. It does work. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you don't already have the Scalp Pro meter, when you get it over there, you get like 7 different renditions as it's gone through time over the years. So you may want, just in a different way and not have all the bar on it and stuff like that. But they're all there. So it's like you're getting all these indicators in one. And really, your first trade should pay $24.95. So the $1 Million Margin Club does sponsor me, and I'm happy to do this video for them and for the prop firms, so that more good traders are out there that they can get to make money for them. Okay, guys, so go green out there and always stay inquisitive. All right, have a good one. I'll see you soon.